Now get this, Dmitry, here's the screwed up part. So they basically stored this guy's complaint until it was time to get their annual money from me.
Welcome back everyone to another episode of Roofing Rundown Show. I'm your host Dmitry Lipinski. This is Roofing Insights YouTube channel. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe. Today we're talking about BBB, and I'm going to be exposing BBB and complaints from the contractors about BBB, because you cannot find a lot of platforms out there where you can actually read reviews and complaints about BBB itself. We're going to talk about biggest problem with the BBB, corruption about BBB, their biggest complaints in the industry, what BBB complains the most. Thank you so much for comments. Stay to the end. We have a lot of good and juicy stuff for you today. The reason we decided to finally go against Giant BBB is because within the last 2 weeks I've seen a lot of complaints online from contractors. My friend Chad Sells, been dealing with them in Dallas. Nate, I've been dealing with them in North Dakota, and I've been on the calls with them. I've seen their comments. A lot of contractors been engaging. I see a lot of negativity. A lot of contractors are saying they don't trust BBB, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them because I've seen what BBB can do. BBB is a powerful machine. I love BBB. My business is on BBB, Stormwater Roofing, my roofing company, and we have really good rating, A+, never receive a complaint, don't have negative reviews, so I have no reasons to hate them. I don't get a lot of business from it, but I think BBB is good. So my first point is BBB is a good thing. We need BBBs. And what I mean by BBBs is we need these platforms to advertise our businesses, to put our listings on. If you're the homeowner and you're looking for a contractor, honestly, you need some kind of leverage. You need some kind of peace of mind and security. If you hire a contractor who is nowhere to be found online, what do you have in your arsenal to combat him if he takes your check and runs away or don't finish the job? Not much. That's why I always been recommending people in business, in serving business, go sign up for BBB, even Yelp, even all of this bad platforms for us that don't do us any good. I always been telling contractors to go sign up for as many platforms, trusted platforms as possible, even if you don't like them. I don't say you have to pay BBB, I don't say you have to pay Yelp or Yellow Pages or Google, but at least sign up. Why? Because it's a security. We need, it's a peace of mind for the homeowner. And as a business owners, we need those systems too, because if I run a business and I'm trying to scale it and I have 20, 30, 40 employees, how do I know if my employees are doing a great job? How do I know if we clean up every time, if communication is good? Most of it you will find out from reviews, because when your employee, when your organization start pissing your customers, it's actually good for the business, it's healthy for the business to get that feedback. Right? So I encourage business owners, don't hate the platform just because you cannot deliver good customer service or generate good reviews. So we do need it. In our ecosystem, players like BBB are needed. Now, I'm not defending them. I'm not saying they're the best and they're absolute perfect and everybody should be there, but they're needed because homeowner needs to have a place where he can go and complain. I know nobody likes complaints, but trust me, not everybody complains. I guarantee you, not even 30–40%, I would say it's probably 20% of people that really will get to the point to complain. So my point is very simple. We need BBB, we need similar services. Now, let's go to the next point. BBB is a business, and that's where the problem starts. BBB is not government organization, unfortunately. It's its own ecosystem, it's its own business, and they made over $200 million in revenue last year, I believe 215 or something. So it's a business, and it's a big business. They're in business to make money for themselves. And there is a big conflict of interest. So on one side, they're very big on going after small guys, small contractors, and that's where all the problems in the roofing community is right now. If you're a roofer and you have one dispute with a homeowner and that homeowner simply goes and writes a complaint, BBB can take your rating from A+ to C in no time, just because they decided the homeowners right on one complaint. I've seen it happen so many times. But now, if you're a huge business, if you're a big business, and by the way, the biggest complaints BBB have, and let me show you this report really quick. Top complaints in 2017, according to BBB, are not roofers, are not contractors. You know who they are? They're insurance companies, they're banks, they're new car dealers, furniture dealers, pharmacies. Number one company is insurance companies. BBB received the most reviews on insurance companies. You want a news flash? Check this out. Let's go and let's try to find State Farm insurance company. They received 212 customer reviews according to BBB. They have a little bit over 1 star, so people have spoken. Nobody's given them 5 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 1 star. It's a 1-star business according to people who's leaving reviews. Yet they received 1,419 complaints in the last 3 years, 514 complaints in the last 12 months. They're still A- business. Why? Because BBB charging State Farm premium price. Huge conflict of interest. Let's go to, we already talked many times about Home Advisor. The same thing. Tons of complaints, government actions, 1-star rating, still A-. Used to be A+, and we keep exposing and putting some pressure there, and finally they're downgrading them to A-. Honestly, should be F, but somehow still A-. Let's do Allstate. Allstate Insurance on BBB has A rating. But let me show you something. Based on the reviews, it's a 1-star business. But if we look at their BBB rating, it's A rating. So what BBB is saying, yeah, Allstate is a big company, and because they're a big company, we're going to close our eyes, or we're going to apply our own algorithm how to rank them. So according to BBB, and we've talked about it numerous times, there was 13 ratings. Even BBB employees, high-ranked employees, cannot explain BBB algorithm. And I tell you right now, I'm going on air with it, BBB is corrupted company. You know how famous quote by Lord Acton, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Well, BBB has power online. That's why let's talk about Google, let's talk about internet space as a whole. Why do you think Google motto back in the day was be no evil, and today is do the right thing? Because it's so easy on the internet be evil. It's so easy to hide and use your leverage. So when your website like BBB shows on the first page of Google in every city and every market, you have leverage, and business owners know it. So you're talking about billion-dollar corporations come to BBB and say, hey, can you advertise for us? Can you keep our profile so people know that we're trustworthy companies? And BBB is like, of course we can. Now, what BBB will not tell anybody, I need to drink my coffee from my Scam Alert cup. What BBB will not tell you is how much they charge. And please, BBB, don't give me BS about how your rating system does not affect amounts you charge. How about you reveal the numbers that Allstate, State Farm, all insurance companies, all the companies you receive the most complaints about, how about you reveal how much those companies are paying you? Because what we see, I'm a consumer right now. I'm not a contractor, I'm a consumer. If I need an insurance company and I know most complaints at your website comes on insurance companies, but when I come in, can you show me those complaints? Can you show me bad companies? Why all of them are rated A's? Don't you see the conflict? Here's the conflict. They're paying you millions. That's the problem. Now, let's talk about contractors' complaints. You're so tough on contractors. If I go right now and let's say I do $5 million worth of business, I'll have 3,000 to 4,000 homeowners that I deal on a regular basis, and then 2 of them will give me not F review, but F review, and then 2 complaints on BBB. I've seen you taking their side and downgrading me momentarily. Why? Because I'm only paying you what, $600 a year? Let's call a few of my friends. What's going on with the BBB?
The BBB is kind of a big thing around here because we have a pretty big, retiree population, baby boomers, that kind of thing. So they think kind of highly of it. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll sign up. I'll pay my fee to get accredited. I decided to pay monthly rather than all at once because I was like, if this thing is not working out, then I can just cancel it. And so I had it set up for an automatic withdrawal on my debit card. It got canceled due to non-payment because I switched accounts. Within just a couple of days, I got an email from their ad review department not only telling me that I can't use the BBB seal anymore, to say that I'm accredited, which I kind of understand that, because I'm not technically, but they also went through my website and, came up with these things that I said, these claims, which is kind of just, generic information from the website builder. I haven't reviewed it all yet.
Sure.
But they want me to now substantiate things that can't be substantiated. I mean, some of them you've seen in the letter. It said,
yep.
Best guarantee, we do quality work, we provide value. They want me to provide evidence for that. Due to the timing of everything and them not having any issue with any of my advertising, while I was accredited or during the review process or anything, now all of a sudden that I'm not accredited with them, I feel like I'm being targeted because they're upset that I canceled my accreditation.
So the deal with the BBB guys, my problem is it's just not fair to the small businesses because they have so much power to do little things to us, like they can downgrade us, really quick. They're charging us money to be accredited, and I get all of that. It comes with the price. Now, when it comes to fairness to big and small businesses, we see a lot that big businesses, they're pretty much exempt of having bad ratings. I have not seen one major corporation who have been on BBB accredited and who is not paying them. So everybody who pays BBB in the corporate world maintain that A, B, A minus, high, despite thousands of complaints. And for me, that's a corruption. That's a conflict of interest. Cannot be BBB itself saying, yeah, we get the most complaints here. They get away with it because you can always point finger and some computer algorithm and saying, it's not us, it's the system, but they say that they rank companies based on volume or how many employees they have, and so I don't buy it. Money do play a role there, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
2016, we have a huge hailstorm. We end up with a job from a gentleman I was telling him he was due for a non-payment and we need to collect, and his response was, I'm an affluent member and our attorneys, they basically will take care of this for us. We don't have to worry about anything because of our attorneys. I said, okay, well, we need to collect. And he said, that's not going to happen. So in response, I guess as one of his ways to strong-arm our business, he wrote a very negative review. So I immediately call the BBB in Fort Worth. That's who I deal with. And I tell them, hey, look, this is totally fraudulent. There's 3 things in the report that he said that were patently false. We dropped from an A+ for 5+ years, more than 5 years of an A+, we dropped to a C-.
Okay.
So I tell them, hey, yeah, we're probably going to look at doing some lawsuit stuff, like this is ridiculous. So all of a sudden, I get a letter from an attorney firm called Boone's Haynes. It's a big firm. And it's from my client.
Okay.
The one who tried to report us to the BBB so it could get out of his bill. Now get this, Dmitry, here's the screwed up part. So they basically stored this guy's complaint until it was time to get their annual money from me. So then I tried to go in and respond, right? Well, they locked me out of my online account, so I could not respond. So I call and tell them I'm going to sue them. So they send me to Haynes Boone, their lawyers. Did you get that?
So the same lawyer that represents.
The same lawyer. The same freaking lawyer.
Wow. Unfortunately, guys, stories like this, while it sounds too crazy, I mean, you have lawyer who defends client who wrote a BBB complaint, and the same lawyer defends BBB. I mean, conflict of interest is everywhere. The biggest problem I have with all these stories is business owners like Chad, like Nate, myself, we are so not protected and vulnerable in front of a giant like BBB. They can smash us. They can just, I mean, they know we don't have millions to sue them, while corporations get away with everything. Corporations, honestly, I mean, think about it. State Farm, Allstate, Home Advisor, companies like that, they have 1,000 complaints plus. Home Advisor receives complaint, if not every day, every other day. I mean, tons of complaints, 400-500 complaints per year, you know, for most of majority big companies, right? Think about it, it's complaint a day, and their rating is still A+, A-, like all the way at the top. If you look at their reviews, they're all one-star review companies, but they still maintain high rating in BBB. BBB, you corrupt, you let money dictate how you're gonna rank corporations, but yet you are hurting small business owners who kind of have to do business with you. As far as your rating goes, we don't believe you. If I would have to rate BBB today, I would not give you more than 2 stars. And the only way you're getting 2 stars out of 5 from me is because people come to you, you still make some right decisions, you're still credible in some ways or forms, but you are not what you should be. So we wish you, BBB, to work on your morals, on your policies, and if you're the contractor, if you're a roofing contractor especially, good luck to you out there. Let me know in comments below your experience with the BBB. Would like to hear from you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Roofing Rundown. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.